Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly excited you're joining me today because, well, we're going on a really vivid adventure. Today, we're going to be metaphor explorers. We're opening up the biblical text to navigate some tricky, hidden traps and some absolutely wild, crashing storms. So, get your explorer gear ready because the words we're looking at today paint a picture that's both super exciting and absolutely crucial for our everyday lives.
Okay, let's dive right into this by asking a super important question. Have you ever seen a trap that looked exactly like a treat? Think about it for a second. Imagine a delicious, perfectly yellow piece of cheese. It looks like a great snack, right? But what if that cheese is sitting right on top of a snapping mousetrap? Or what about a really beautiful, shiny green leaf out in the forest that turns out to be itchy poison ivy? The whole idea here is that sometimes dangerous things don't look scary at first. They actually look really, really tempting. They look fun. But, as we're going to see, looks can be totally deceiving.
Section 1. Giving him your heart, the ultimate safe path. Before we go looking for those sneaky traps, our journey through the biblical text begins with a very special, wonderful invitation that shows us where the safest place to walk actually is. Just look at this beautiful quote right from the biblical text. It says, "My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes delight in my ways." Now, what's really interesting here is that it gives us the ultimate secret to staying safe. He is asking us to give him our hearts, and that means trusting God completely with our thoughts and our feelings. And, what does it mean to let your eyes delight in his ways? Well, it basically means paying close attention to the good, safe path he's laid out for us and actually finding joy in making good choices. When we focus on following him, we naturally steer clear of the trouble waiting for us in the bushes. Section 2. Avoiding the hidden traps. Pits and wells. But what happens if we take our eyes off that good path? What happens if we just wander away from his ways? Well, that is exactly where the hidden traps are waiting, and we're going to explore those right now. So, the crucial point here is understanding the difference between these two paths. On one side, we have delight in his ways, which we just learned is our safe, happy path. But on the other side, the biblical text compares making bad choices and hanging around unfaithful people to falling into a deep pit or a narrow well. Just imagine walking in a field and, whoosh, suddenly falling down into a deep, dark hole in the ground, or getting stuck in a really narrow stone well where you literally can't even move your arms to climb out. That's exactly what happens when we wander away from him. Bad choices trap us, and once you're down in that pit, it is incredibly hard to get back out by yourself. And let's see how this builds. The text here says it's like a bandit, lying in wait, multiplying the unfaithful. Now, a bandit is a robber, right? Someone sneaky who hides behind a rock and jumps out to surprise you when you aren't paying attention. Well, bad choices are exactly like that sneaky bandit. They trick people into breaking their promises, pulling them away from God, and multiplying the number of people who are being unfaithful. It's a total trap that catches you by complete surprise. Section 3. The snake in the cup, a sparkling deception. Now we're going to transition to the next part of the biblical text. I want you to imagine someone who has managed to get into a whole lot of unnecessary trouble. Someone who is just having a really, really bad day. Look at this massive list of trouble. The biblical text asks, who has woe? Who has sorrow? Strife? Complaints? Needless bruises? Bloodshot eyes? I mean, wow. That is a terrible list of things to have piling up on you. Why would anyone want to walk around with needless bruises they didn't even have to get? The text tells us that these awful things happen to people who make the bad choice to linger over and sample mixed wine. It's talking about people who play around with things they know are harmful. They just ignore the safe path and play with danger instead. And here is exactly how that danger tricks them. It happens in steps. Step 1, it looks really pretty. The text says the drink is red and it sparkles in the cup. It looks like a treat. Step 2, it seems easy. It goes down smoothly. But then comes step 3. The hidden trap. In the end, it bites like a snake and poisons like a viper. Just like we talked about at the very beginning of this explainer, the trap looked amazing at first, but underneath all those sparkles was a poisonous snake just waiting to strike. Section 4, sleeping on stormy seas, losing control. When someone falls for these sparkling traps, things start to get really weird and dizzying. Making bad choices causes you to completely lose control of where you're going. The biblical text actually warns that when you wander from him and fall into these traps, your eyes will see strange sights and your mind will imagine confusing things. Have you ever spun around in circles really, really fast, and when you finally stopped, the whole room was still spinning and you couldn't even walk straight? Well, that dizzy, confusing feeling is what happens to our minds and our lives when we let bad choices poison us. Our eyes play tricks on us, and we honestly can't tell what is true and what is a lie anymore. And this brilliantly illustrates just how wild it gets. The text says you'll be like one sleeping on the high seas, lying on top of the rigging. Okay, picture a giant wooden sailing ship caught in a massive, terrifying storm. The waves are crashing, the wind is howling, and the boat is tossing back and forth. Now imagine trying to take a nap at the very top of the tallest mast on that ship, just clinging to the ropes. That is the exact metaphor the biblical text uses. It means you're in total danger, getting thrown all over the place, and you have absolutely zero control over what happens next. It's a terrifying place to be. And honestly, the saddest part of being stuck in this stormy trap is this quote right here. The person says, "They hit me, but I'm not hurt. When will I wake up so I can find another drink?" They're literally getting bumped and bruised by their bad choices, but they're so confused they don't even feel it. Instead of running away from the danger, they actually want to wake up and go right back to the very thing that's hurting them. They are completely stuck in the cycle. Section 5. Waking up to his ways. The choice is yours. So how do we make sure we don't end up dizzy, bruised, and sleeping on top of a mast in a thunderstorm? We bring our adventure right back home to where we started.
It all comes back to this one crucial question I want to leave you with today. How can you keep your eyes delighted in his ways today to avoid these hidden traps? Remember that beautiful invitation from the very beginning of the biblical text? He asks us to give him our hearts. Every single day when we wake up, we get to make a choice. We can choose to look for the sparkly traps that end up biting like snakes, or we can choose to steer clear of the storms by following God, trusting him, and delighting in the good, safe path he gives us. The choice is absolutely yours, explorers. Stay focused, stay safe, and I will see you on the next explainer.